So we're here interviewing Kerry Hughes, British fighter-sponsored athlete.
Hello.
Your last fight was December the 7th of last year against Agnieszka. Despite the defeat, were you happy with your debut performance?
No, not at all, unfortunately. I mean, I think there's always, you can make excuses, anything else. I chose to take the fight and unfortunately didn't go out there and perform anywhere near what I would have been happy with. I'd say it's probably career worst performance for me. But going on from that, I've spent the last 6 months improving, taking things back to the drawing board, and I'm fairly happy that when I go into fight on Saturday, you're going to see a very, very different fighter, a very different performance. I don't plan to make the same mistakes again. Take nothing away from Agnieszka, obviously, but I'd love a rematch sometime in the future.
Your second fight on Cage Warriors is against Amanda Kelly on Cage Warriors Super Saturday. Are you excited to be part of Cage Warriors' biggest event yet?
Yeah, definitely. Who wouldn't be? It's at first I just knew I was fighting on the 7th before I knew that Super Saturday was happening and what existed. And at every stage where more details have come out, more fights have been announced and everything else, it's just got more and more exciting. It's looking like being an amazing card. And I'm really glad that I think I'm about third on the card, so that means I get to sit and watch the whole thing. It should be fantastic. I think we're very, very lucky to be signed to Cage Warriors. Looking at what some of the other promotions are doing and the way things are running, they seem to be the only promotion currently, to me, that's really showing the professionalism. And yeah, I'm very much looking forward to Super Saturday and following competitions as well.
There are 3 others from the team fighting on this show. Is the atmosphere down the gym different when there are multiple people fighting on the same night?
Yeah, I mean, we've got another 3, obviously Jack Mason, Jason Kerry, John Allen, all fighting on Super Saturday, but as well as that, we've got BCMMA tonight, and we've got 7 of our teammates fighting there as well, so the atmosphere has been absolutely electric. Everyone is peaking at the same time, everyone's training hard, and obviously it helps us all a lot because you've got a lot of people who are all very driven, all wanting to train. You've got a full gym, and luckily for me, there's quite a few small people kicking around at the minute as well who are getting ready for their fights. So it has been fantastic. It's been really, really buzzing. It's been good.
Do you tie your training in with the others on the team, or is your training regime different? If so, can you give us some insight into your average weekly training routine?
I think we all have the same sort of core foundation of training down at BKKs, and we all train with the same coaches mostly. We train with each other, and we all get a lot of the similar classes, like the Saturday wrestling classes and stuff like that together. And then we all have bits that we do differently. I've been doing some private sessions with the Champions boxing coach Russ. I've been training quite a bit with Steve Biley, MMA outside of here. And as well as that, I've been travelling down to Unique Results for wrestling classes with Nick Albert. So, I've been travelling around to get my training as I've done in previous fight camps, just sort of tailoring it towards exactly what I want and who I need to be training with to get the best out of myself for this fight. A lot of that has involved obviously training with Jack Mason and the other people who are fighting on that night, but then there are the odd bits that I've done separately as well. So yeah, I think all of us do tailor our programme a little bit more towards us now.
Obviously, we know Amanda Kelly is a good Muay Thai fighter. Have you made any adjustments to your training and game plan to accommodate for this?
Not really, no. I mean, I think part of the fact that I'm more of a striker myself means that I'm always expecting other people to want to punch me in the face even when they don't. So I haven't really adjusted a great deal. There's nothing in Amanda's style that would lead me to change the way I fight. It's what's more important for me is I've been honing what I see to be my weak areas and working on what I perceive to be my strengths to try and make myself a better all-round fighter.
Have you identified any weaknesses in which you wish to capitalise on in your fight, and are you confident with your game plan for this fight?
Yep.
Most fighters say the weight cut is the worst part of fight camp and are relieved when finally weighing in. Do you agree with this?
Yeah, I think rounds are bad, but I think the weight cut is by far and away the worst. I'm really lucky this time round. I've had a nutritionist called Karina Howe that I've been working with, and she's revamped the way I do things, and I'm probably lighter now than I have been at any point coming in 61 kilos. I still feel like I've got a reasonable amount of energy, and I am feeling good. But yeah, I can't wait to get fat again.
As weight cutting is an essential part of a fighter's pre-fight preparation, what makes it easier for you? Have you found a method which best suits your requirements, and are you getting more used to it as time goes on?
I think knowledge is key. The first time I ever cut weight, I tried to do it by starvation, and I think every time you do it, you learn a little bit more about nutrition, you learn a little bit more about how your body works, and I think every time it starts to get a little bit easier. For me personally, I'm still learning. This time round, I've tried a completely different tack to what I've tried in the past, and that seems to suit me a lot better than what I've done previously. Hopefully there'll come a time when I can get it down to a fine art, but at the minute it's still a lot of experimentation and trial and error. And yeah, hopefully the results will be there.
As we mentioned previously, many other fighters from the team are fighting. What is it like training with the guys?
It's good. It's good. I'm lucky. I don't think I appreciated how lucky before. We have got a real family atmosphere at BKK and things like that. And I've read a bit in the media recently about female fighters at other gyms. I'm not thinking of specific gyms, but just female fighters that really struggle to find training partners, and they have gyms where the lads won't train with them properly, and they have to travel miles to spar with girls and stuff like that. I don't have that. I've got a team of people who are quite happy to thump me in the face, and it's a really good atmosphere. As I say, I'm particularly lucky that I've got the support of people like Steve outside of the gym as well. So if there's areas that I'm feeling weak on and I'm not picking up on, I can go to Jack Mason or Nick Albert, my wrestling, and say, I'm really not sure about this, or I can go to Steve and say, I've tried this sweep and it's not really working for me, you've got alternatives. But, Lee Catling's fantastic. We've got such a good team here that, training partners, coaches and everything, it's just a really, really good place to be.
What do you see the future holding for you, or do you like to just take it one fight at a time?
I suppose a bit of both, really. I've got a 5-fight contract with Cage Warriors, so my future, is, I'm happy to say, fairly secure in that sense. I know that that's where I want to be, and this is a fight I've wanted since I was first signed to Cage Warriors. I'm really, really looking forward to it. Onwards from there, I think, there's other people in that division that I haven't fought yet, and there's some that I have. So I'll be looking to, once this fight's out of the way, I'd really like to make my mark on the ladies bantamweight division for Cage Warriors. Definitely. I'd definitely fight again this year.
Finally, do you have anyone you would like to thank for helping you prepare for your fights?
Yeah, the whole team at BKK Fighters are fantastic. The guys at Unique Results are amazing. I am really lucky there, but you've got your coaches, so Stu Barlegs and Aaron Burton have been great. Ross, champions. Jack Mason, obviously, couldn't ask for a more driven head coach here. We've got Nick Albert, who's, never ever, it always amazes me the stuff you just pick up from watching him wrestling and the little tips that change your game completely. Sean Carter, Arnold Allen, Jason Coolidge, all the guys here, and especially those guys who have been good enough to do my rounds, so like people like Dean Simmons, yourself. Special thanks as well, obviously, to Steve Byler. He's not training so much MMA at the minute, but he's given me some really good help and support towards this fight, really helped me with my game plan and stuff. Lee Catling as well, fantastic jiu-jitsu coach. In terms of outside of that, obviously it's nice things to remember, but British fighter, fantastic, really look after us athletes. Octagon wear and lockdown fight wear, again, it really helpful. People underestimate the cost and everything else that's involved with the fight camp, and the sponsors really do make it viable for us to compete. E-Protein, without a doubt, the best protein company I could have asked to work for. You know, fantastic products, really, really great. They really look after us. You've got London Bike Training School as well, really great company if you happen to want to learn to ride motorbikes and things. You know, again, like people helping out with fight camp and stuff like that is absolutely invaluable. And potential performance as well. Strength and conditioning for me is a very big part of my preparations and has helped a lot. I couldn't ask for better help from the guys there, nutrition wise from Karina Howe. And then obviously my strength and conditioning coach is my Ralph as well, which is doubly good because it means that when I don't want to train in the evenings I get dragged out on runs and things like that. So thank you very much to him, because I couldn't do it without that sort of support. Never-ending list really, isn't it? I could go on all day.
Okay, thank you for your time and all the best for Cage Warriors 69.